YouTube, what is going on? Scenario Top 23. I'm back with another video. Before we get into this video, YouTube, I need you to hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. Turn on that post notification bell while you at it. Today we got a football video. We got They're Lying to You about Stetson Bennett. Let's get straight into it.
Whoever came out with this information about Stetson Bennett is no other than a flat-out liar, and I hate liars. I can't stand them. And here's my question about this. Why even try to make this up? Because nobody with a brain is going to believe it. First and foremost, as much as we love to talk about college football on this channel, I want to say this real quickly. My thoughts and prayers are going out to everybody in my home state of Alabama that is dealing with these tornadoes. And currently, as to when I'm speaking, I'm not sure if the mic is going to pick this up, but it is, wait a minute, hold on, is that hail? Yeah, it is hailing outside my house. Thankfully, around my area, which is northern Alabama, by the way, shout out to the 256, we didn't get the worst of the worst. That's in Selma, Alabama, and that's going to be some of the video clips I'm showing you. Now, I know a good majority of you probably don't care whatsoever, but just please keep Alabama, the entire state, in your prayers, because we had to deal with a lot of bad storms today. And currently, as to when I'm speaking, making this video, I believe the storms are heading into Georgia. So, Georgia, you better brace yourselves, and I hope everything's okay. The scariest part about these storms is nobody was prepared for it whatsoever. Tornado sirens were going off around my area at 7:30 a.m. You had kids in school, and that's why I think today it just caught everybody off guard.
That shit sure as hell hit us, though.
Because most people think, and I was victim of this myself, hey, it's the middle of winter. We're not going to see some crazy storms come through. That's how most people was dealing with it. I was talking with some of my friends, and the bottom line is Mother Nature does not care about your feelings. Mother Nature does not care if you're ready or not, and here's the craziest part about this. By the way, like I said, I'm in northern Alabama. We had tornado warnings going off at 7 a.m., and tomorrow morning it's supposed to snow. If that doesn't describe living in Alabama, I don't know what will. In all these other states, I always see people talking about how it was 75 degrees one day and the next day it's 25 degrees, but I don't think anybody can relate to having a tornado one day and snow the next. That's Alabama. Regardless of that, I get it, trust me, I know. You're not here for the weather, you're here for football, and so am I. In today's video, we got a couple different things to talk about, one of those including the main topic, Stetson Bennett. He's coming off back-to-back championships, he's on top of the world, but we got to talk about how people are lying about him. I know a lot of you have no idea what I'm talking about, and well, I'll give you this. It has a little something to do with the NFL draft. It's going to be an interesting topic, though, and a discussion in the comment section, because a lot of people, they like Bennett. The other half, they think he's overrated. We got a couple other minor topics to go over. You know how we do it on this channel. If you like college football content and you want to be a part of the best community on YouTube, consider joining. It's as simple as that. If you don't want to subscribe, that's cool, too. All right, man, blah, 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 grab up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. You know what? I'll say we start out with this. I didn't plan to talk about this, and this is my first time seeing it. I just took a look at my Twitter notifications. I scrolled down, and I saw this. Trent on Twitter said, @MattBeGreat, Matt, I love your videos, but give LSU more respect.
When I got in a car accident, I had no idea what to do or who to call. It wasn't my fault, but was I going to get totally...
Respect. I think under Brian Kelly, we have a chance to win some championships. I agree we're not going to win like Alabama and Georgia, but I do think Alabama will have trouble in the SEC West because LSU is getting better. Thank you, Trent, for tweeting that at me. It's one of the best comments I've ever read because most people tweet me nonsense. I agree 100%. I do need to give LSU more respect, and I think I have. I know what he's referring to for those of you that don't know. In yesterday's video, I talked about how Georgia and Alabama, they're going to continue to dominate the sport of college football, including the SEC. You're going to see Georgia continue to dominate the SEC East, which is aka the SEC least, and Alabama continue to dominate the SEC West. To Trent and all the people thinking I'm discrediting LSU, it's not really that, it's more so of I have that much respect for Nick Saban in Alabama. I told you guys in the offseason, I thought everybody was underrating LSU, and many people, actually not many, but I think some people are going to remember this. I tried telling people before the LSU-Bama game that LSU was going to give Alabama a run for their money. I was tweeting it out saying Jaden Daniels, he's going to have a great game, and well, what do you know? I was right. And for the rest of the country, this is a PSA, public service announcement, whatever you want to call it. LSU is really good, and they're not to be messed around with. The unfortunate part about this for LSU fans, including my man Trent, I assume is an LSU fan, most people are going to remember this LSU team for getting demolished by Georgia. Me, on the other hand, I'm looking at this from a different aspect. I'm looking at this LSU team as a group of guys who overachieved. I could continue to talk about this for 5 to 10 more minutes. I'll leave it at that. We'll probably talk about this in a week or two, how I think LSU is going to fare in the up-and-coming years. Thank you for that comment. Moving on to our next topic before we get into the DoorDash situation. Jared on Instagram sent me this. Yo, Matt, be great. Please roast this whole list in a video. Thank you for the comment, Jared, and I haven't even looked at this because I wanted to save it for a video. Okay, so taking a glance at it, this looks like the top 25 returning starting quarterbacks for the 2023 season. We'll take a look at 25 through 13 first and work our way up. As I'm glancing at this, nothing really stands out besides the fact that Shedeur Sanders is at 23. Y'all know how I feel about Dion. I love what he's doing. I like Shedeur Sanders, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible. He would not be on this list if his name wasn't Shedeur Sanders. The bottom line is, nobody would be talking about Shedeur Sanders as the top quarterback if his last name wasn't Sanders. You can take that how you want. It's just a cold hard facts. Continuing to go up here, these are, interesting to say the least. Quinn Ewers at 16? Cameron Rising at 14? What? Who made this list? Quinn Ewers and Cameron Rising should at bare minimum be in the top 8. Terrible list up to this point. We haven't even gotten to the top 10, and I think it's awful. Quinn Ewers, did he have the greatest year I've ever seen? No, but he's still a young guy. He's going to develop. And the thing with Cameron Rising is, people that watch college football, you know this. This is your old school quarterback. He's not doing any of this. Yeah, how do I say this nicely? He's not doing any of this weenie stuff where he's sliding. No, Cameron Rising, he wants contact. Cameron Rising, when he's running in the open field, he's not going to slide more times than not. He's going to run you over. That's why I like Cameron Rising, and him being at 14, that's insulting. And you could say the same thing for Mississippi State's quarterback, Will Rogers. I'm not too high on him, but he's definitely better than 13. Getting into the top 12 here, okay, I don't have any problems with putting Coastal Carolina's quarterback, Grayson McCall, there. That's fine, putting him at 12, I can see that. But my problem is, yet again, you got Spencer Rattler in front of Quinn Ewers and Cameron Rising? What are we doing?
Spencer ain't doing nothing for
before the season, he had 18 touchdowns to 12 interceptions, and his QBR was average. And you mean to tell me right now, if you had to choose between Spencer Rattler and Quinn Ewers, you picking Rattler? Come on now, nobody's doing that. Continuing to go up the top 10 here, nothing really stands out. I like Dylan Gabriel, Jaden Daniels, and J.J. McCarthy in the top 10 as well. I'm curious, is this a troll list? Is this guy who made this, is he just doing this to be funny? Is this for real? I mean, Sam Hartman at 6, what are we doing? Michael Pratt at 7. I would assume 88% of people watching this video have never even heard of Michael Pratt. That's not to say he's not a good quarterback, but there's no way he is better than Cameron Rising and Quinn Ewers. No way, I don't buy it. Michael Pratt. Michael Pratt. Let me say this again. Michael Pratt is better, 10 spots better than Quinn Ewers? Get out of here. The top 5, I have no problems with it whatsoever. Would I change things up? Probably, yeah, here and there, but it's okay. It'll work. Compared to the rest of the list, the top 5 is outstanding. Here's the last thing I'm going to say about this, because I could talk about this for... Sorry I'm laughing. It's just a laughable list. I could talk about this for the next 20 minutes. Where is K. Klubnik? Am I saying K. Klubnik is a top 10 or top 15 quarterback? No. But who is Frank Harris and Curtis Rukaku? Who are these guys? You mean to tell me Curtis Rukaku, rookie, whatever, Frank Harris at 21-22 are better than K. Klubnik? You know what? As a matter of fact, we're just going to end it off there. I got to get a move on before I explode. Moving on to the main topic of the main encore.
Main damn topic, boy.
We got to talk about DoorDash Bennett.
Hell, you keep calling him DoorDash.
I'm excited to talk about DoorDash Bennett. I'm always excited to talk about him. I don't know why. It's just something about him. I'm starting to come around and jump onto the Bennett hype train. Who would have thought? Matt be great. Loving Stetson DoorDash Bennett, talking about him highly, I wouldn't have. Before I get into what people are lying about when they're talking about DoorDash Bennett, I want to say this. When we were making fun of his age last year and early on this year, it was funny. But this year, it just seems like everybody's talking about it, and now it's getting old and cringy. Look, I get it. He's 25 years old, but the jokes, now it's just kind of old. If you're one of those people still going in the comment section and tweeting out how Bennett's 25 or 30 years old, just grow up at this point. Like, come on now, and trust me, who would have thought I would be saying this, but give him his flowers and respect. If I'm tired of it, I think everyone else should be as well. The dude went back-to-back. He proved everybody wrong, including me and thousands of other people out there. I just wanted to put that out there, but let me show you this tweet. It's got everybody talking. Several NFL scouts reportedly believe if Stetson Bennett was 6'3" or taller, he would have a quote-unquote chance at going first overall in the draft. The Georgia QB stands at 5'11" and is currently projected to be a late-round selection. Whoever came out with this information about Stetson Bennett is no other than a flat-out liar, and I hate liars. I can't stand them. And here's my question about this. Why even try to make this up? Because nobody with a brain is going to believe it. You know why nobody's going to believe it? Because Bryce Young is the same height as Stetson Bennett, and he's going to be the first overall pick or a top 5 pick. The height has nothing to do with it, and I'll explain why. Because Bryce Young, he's actually shorter than Bennett. The real reason why Bennett is not going to be a top 5 pick or even a first or second round pick is because he simply isn't good enough. I love the guy as a person, and he had a great season at the college football level this current year, but he's not an NFL caliber quarterback. He's just not. And a lot of people are going to think I'm trying to doubt him yet again, but that is just what NFL scouts are going to tell you themselves. That's not to say that he can't go in there and win a game or two as a backup quarterback, because I believe he could possibly do that. It's more so of, just like this tweet says, this isn't true, LOL. He doesn't have the arm, athletic tools, or processing speed of a top pick. I mean, what more do you want me to say besides this is a flat-out lie? I don't know who came up with this information. The reason he's not going to be a top draft pick is because he's not good enough. I don't know another way to say it, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He simply has no traits that all these NFL scouts and GMs are looking for in an NFL quarterback. He's not tall, he doesn't have exceptional arm talent, and he doesn't process things like a Bryce Young. And when these NFL scouts are looking for the next Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, that's all they're looking for. A tall quarterback with a great arm, and he processes information in the field quickly. That's it. Sure, you got to check off some of the boxes when it comes to the intangibles, but, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't even really do that. A lot of people think he's arrogant and he's mean to his teammates, and yet, teams would still kill to have an Aaron Rodgers. Look, I will continue to defend him when it comes to his back-to-back championships at the college football level, but let's slow down on the talk about him being a legit NFL prospect. It's a lie, because that is not going to happen. I'm curious, though. Let me know your thoughts down below. But,
I mean, I can see, like he said, I can see him being like a backup, but he definitely, like, as far as first rounders, the first couple rounds stuff, but he's not going. He at Georgia, yeah, he was straight, but NFL, its levels is a little bit different. But YouTube, if you're rocking with the channel, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. Catch me on the next one.